Now we're joined in the studio by Adi Kantor. She's a researcher at the Europe program at the Institute for International Security Studies in Tel Aviv. Thank you for being with us. This is your specialty. Unfortunately, there's been a lot to analyze here for you now. Some of the things struck me from what he was telling us right now is the rise, obviously, of these extremists. Do you believe that the governments have the ability to fight back, to truly push back on the rise of these movements? Are they equipped to tackle this, or is it something beyond their control?
Not only they are equipped to do this, it's their job, it's their role to do this. So the answer is, of course, yes. I want to just, of course, strengthen what was said before me by the gentleman from Germany, and to say that what happened in Hanau last night, is not only an attack, a horrible attack against the Kurdish community in Germany. This is an attack on liberal democracy in Germany as a whole, against all minorities, against everybody who believes in freedom, in democracy, in human rights, in the right to live as a minority in Germany. I want to stress the fact also that this was not an act of a lonely wolf or someone who's, crazy, I don't know, had nothing to do and grabbed a shotgun and went and shot people. There has a political atmosphere behind him, behind the guy who shot also in Halle. We remember what happened last October.
I saw the synagogue.
Exactly, the attack against the synagogue, against Jews in Germany, or the politician who was shot, the pro-migrant politician who was shot in his balcony just by sitting there in his balcony in his home just a few months ago by a right-wing extremist. These are all actions that were committed by right-wing extremists, people who have also this backwind, a lot of background political atmosphere that politicians in Germany from a very specific party called the Alternative for Germany, the AfD, who are supporting with their words, with their rhetorics, these kind of actions. We know that words become actions in the end. We saw it last night. We saw it in October. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that we will keep on seeing this in the future.
And we've seen the growing numbers of support, the growing rise of the AfD party. Is that likely to continue in your assessment here? Or, are those trends going anywhere but up for them right now?
It's a very good question, because it doesn't depend only on the Alternative for Germany. It depends also on the parties and the politicians who cooperate with this party. I just want to remind you what happened last week in Tübingen, in East Germany. There were elections for prime minister, and what happened was that a candidate from the Liberal Party got a lot of votes from the AfD, from the right-wing extremist, anti-democratic party, who actually joined the coalition, was very, very close to joining the coalition. So it's not just the right-wing extremists and the extremists in the society, it's the people or the politicians, all of the supporters who shake their hands and cooperate with them and help them come into the coalition and have a lot more power than they used to have. Maybe I'm bringing Israel into the discussion a little bit. Is Israel involved? Are there ways that Israeli intelligence is helping fight these right-wing extremists in Europe, Germany, elsewhere? Or is it too removed from the picture at this point? So this is a very inner, domestic German issue, and should remain a domestic German issue. But I can tell you where Israel should, maybe should not, I would say should not be in a relation or in any kind of contact with these kind of political parties, populist, right-wing extremist parties, not in contact with the AfD, not to be in any relations with any kind of movement. We refer now to Germany, but this is a global phenomenon, right? We see it all over in Europe. We see it everywhere, worldwide. So I think it would be wise for Israel not to cooperate or collaborate with any kind of political parties, calling for anti-liberal, anti-democratic kind of actions.
Adi Kantor, thanks for being with us.
Pleasure. Thank you.
News continues to come out of Germany. Thank you.